Okay. Yeah, hello and welcome to our Monday evening live show for an hour of Blitz in the 5-minute pool, or the auto pairing as some people call it. Yeah, welcome to all of you in the chat. I already recognize a couple of familiar names. I hope I'll be able to do this show properly because I somehow caught, I've got a sore throat a little bit. Not quite sure what it is. I don't have a cold, I assume, but I hope my voice will make it through this hour. Okay, so I'm going for a 5-minute game, of course. Haven't played Blitz for a couple of days, so I hope I'll do alright. I'm currently on roughly 2,400, as you see, playing Aphorism. I don't think I've played this guy before, so let's see what we get. One of those English lines with a5 maybe. Yeah, this is a very solid line, I have to admit. Something that Black definitely is quite okay with. I've got good control over d5 though, this is nice. So b4 here doesn't really promise all that much, so I'm going to prepare it. Yeah, he had a couple, he could take and then play bishop a4. So I could go b4 here, not sure if it is really doing all that much. Bishop h3. Tja. It's probably not the greatest opening ever. Yeah, I'm currently playing my c4 repertoire. I think it yields me good positions. I definitely get better positions with it than with d4 or knight f3 currently. Okay, so here, yeah, this was something that I've thought about. And maybe he can just go d5 at the end of all this. Wasn't sure. Currently, yes, this is possible. I wasn't really sure what to make of this. If this is okay for Black. Probably it is. I can take queen b3 maybe. It's not particularly great. I wonder if rook b6 is somehow an idea. He can take and play rook d8. Okay, so that doesn't do all that much. So let's go e4 maybe. For bishop e3 and queen b3. Frankie line predicts English and Benko, we will see. Yeah, this is currently what I'm playing, also my latest two projects that I've worked on. Okay, so this is interesting here. He wants to go rook d8, but okay, I can go rook d1 on that, and I have bishop g5, so like here b5, bishop g5, he has to go back. I wonder, I can go for d4 in this position. Hi George, you had already checked out my Benko repertoire. I hope you liked the first look. So he will probably move his rook away. I'm not sure what to do after that. Yeah, hello to Tilo. No King's Gambit action, Gachinsko says. Yeah, I can mix it up a little bit. I will play one or two like normal games and then do some other openings. Aphorism is taking a lot of time. Is that really a big deal here. I was thinking rook c8 looks very natural here. So I will go here, trying to win that pawn. But okay, rook c5, I go bishop to e3. If I go bishop e3 here, I can still do that. Rook d8. I can take a couple of times. This is probably equal. Going back. Mate Grinder asked me what compelled me to do the English repertoire or the Banco repertoire. It's a little bit different. The English opening repertoire, I was asked to do it because there was the feeling that there's demand, simply that people are interested in the opening. The Banco was my idea because I played it quite successfully recently, and I felt that it's also very interesting for me to investigate. Yeah? I mean, the English also was a cool thing to look at because it's something that I have played a lot some years ago, and basically gave it up because of a couple of lines I didn't like that much, and those are now still interesting to me. So it was pretty cool. There's no good book for black how to play against bishop f4 line in the Queen's Gambit decline. I don't know of a good book. All things I know are not very recent. The latest book about the black side of this is from John Cox, and this is from, oh wow, that's old. Yeah, it's from 2010 or 2011 or something like that. So here I still have a very, very slight pull. Very slight pull. He cannot take, and I kind of threatened to take and play rook e6. So he can go g5, but this is not a move you love to play. Yeah, okay, here I can take and play the rook. Possibly bishop to d6. That doesn't help. Okay, let's activate. Okay, I go on the 7th. If I can take on g6 and make him take with the king, it's also interesting. Or with the rook.
Time warning. Check.
Ah, okay, that's an interesting move. Okay, so it's still probably going to be a draw.
Draw offered.
No, I think I'll take it.
Draw drawn.
There's no way to win this position. Okay, so I pressed, but it somehow didn't materialize. But it was a good opponent, so not a big deal. I'm going to go for a new game soonish. Yeah, that was very sad news today that Mark Dvoretsky passed away. It's I mean, I have no inside information or anything, and I was surprised. I mean, what I did is
started.
I saw that video series on that on Chess24 with him, and I mean, it didn't really look like he had some. I mean, you never know, yeah, but. He didn't look frail or something. Sometimes you see people on TV or something, you say, oh wow, he's not looking good. Like there could be some illness going on. It didn't really look like that. So yeah, very sad news there that he died. Okay, not sure about this here. It's a little bit of an offbeat Sicilian. Seems he wants to go e5 here, right? I wonder if this is an idea. He can still go e5. Yeah, well, maybe it's not such a huge deal here. I don't know. Not a fan. Not sure if I want to go e5. Okay, I'll castle. Yeah, I was thinking if e5 is an option. This e5 from white somehow worries me, so I am stopping this. And I kind of, the usual form of Sicilian that I have played in the past is this kind of Sicilian, where you have the d5 hole and let's see what happens here. I've got b4 in to go. Okay, so he will put the knight on d5 here. So the thing is, what am I doing here? I can try this and let him take on b4. Not sure here. The ideal scenario here would be dark's bishops traded and the knight to c5. I'm thinking of moving the queen and play bishop d8 to b6. That could be something. Aha, so a bishop to b5 is what he wants to do. I can capture maybe and play the rook to b4. Knight e4, by the way. I'm just seeing this. Let's take him. Okay, so queen c7 and then knight e4, c5. I also still like to move the bishop over to b6. That would be something cool to manage. We'll see. We will see what happens. Dvoretsky. I really wonder what the... Nope, no explanation whatsoever. Complicated stuff. There was actually no question in the chat, but I feel like it's going to be popping up soonish. What do I think of Mark Dvoretsky's books, and do I have a special recommendation? I think yeah, so he spotted this thing here with the pawn. So I can take here, actually. Why not? I can do that. I wanted to take with the queen, but the a5 pawn was hanging. But this is not so bad. I put a bishop on d6, and I have f5 coming up. f5 and e4. Jan Gustafsson didn't know what a Kosackenzipfel is. Or what? That's pretty awful if you don't know that. Yeah, okay, my favorite Dvoretsky book. I have a couple of his books, and it's difficult to say, to be honest. I think I ultimately will go for the Endgame Manual, or the Endspiel-Universität in German. I think simply because it's an extremely comprehensive book on the endgame, and basically everything you need to know in a way about the ending. Of course, you can get more books, yeah, study whatever, but if you get the endgame manual and absolutely work through it, which to be honest I never did, and it shows in my games, I have distinct trouble in the ending, especially with little time. Yeah, if you go through the endgame manual, you really have made a huge step forward in your chess knowledge, and it's really basically almost the only endgame book that you would ever need. I mean, I'm very sure if you take the endgame manual, work through it really thoroughly, you will have endgame knowledge that is enough for the Grandmaster title, by far. I mean, by far. And this is fantastic, such a comprehensiveness and a very good selection of examples. So it's, I think, highly recommended. I usually, for the endgame, I recommend the two books, a book by Jesus de Avila, the 100 Endgames You Must Know. It's very often recommended by chess teachers. And the Endgame Manual, if you really want to dig deeper and really like have it all, yeah. So this is what I have to say. Yeah? I think the Endgame Manual is the book to get by Dvoretsky, if it's just like one book. But there are a couple of others. I mean, he's written really a huge amount of books. There are a couple of others that are very useful. There's a series in German, actually. I'm not sure if there's an English version of it. It's like 3 books. I have one here. This is Prophylactic Thinking, and this is excellent because it basically highlights one big virtue of Dvoretsky's material. He had fantastic, really fantastic selection of examples. So
Time warning.
if you look at this for prophylactic thinking, you will get probably the best examples for this subject. I looked through the endgame manual, but not in a way that is enough to really learn it completely. Basically, lack of time, and also yeah, I'm interested in the end game. It's not like I'm not interested, but it's not my favorite part of chess study. It's just what it is. Okay, so how do I do this here? H4 is of course a weakness, but it's not so easy to get to it. Don't want to trade. That's what I know. That pawn is definitely dangerous, very likely. Okay, he doesn't move it directly, so I can stop it for the moment. That's good. I thought d6 was kind of dangerous.
check,
Yeah, Kosackenzipfel. This is from German comedian Loriot, and it's
white forfeits on time,
one of the few examples of good German humor. Okay, yeah, there's a question about my Benko repertoire. No, I don't. I play something else there, George.
game
Cannot really
started,
go through it now here. Okay, playing Immortal, yeah, with white, and I can go for e4 here. Why not? People requested the King's Gambit. I'm not able to do that now. Let's play this. Oh, that's funky. He plays my line. That's what I play with black here against this. Queen to b6 is now the normal continuation. A little bit surprised that he's thinking about it, but maybe he forgot it. Okay, I think I'll go here so that the knight cannot go to c5. I'm threatening now h3. I'm not sure that there are good gambits against the Caro-Kann. I actually doubt it. Especially if you say good gambits. Okay. Whoa. Let's see. I'm threatening e6 here. Yeah, so he prevented this from happening. I don't know. Bishop d3. I can also take here and wonder how he will recapture. With the knight, maybe. Let's develop. Yeah, George, I think you can play what you suggest. Play with e6 and bishop b4. I mean, black really has a huge choice there. My main reason for choosing the line that I did in that Benko repertoire was that it is more universally applicable. For example, this position with knight c6 and knight f6 that I'm suggesting, this is playable in any kind of c4, c5 situation. So if you intend to play this kind of stuff also from a c4 move order, you will always be able to play it. That bishop b4 line that you're suggesting is only playable under certain circumstances. So I choose it because of maximum applicability, let's say. You can play it basically, what? I'm taking this pawn. If you give me a center pawn, I'm taking it. So you can basically play it whatever, yeah. And this is what I always think is important, to play stuff that is usable. Yeah, it's as usable, let's say, as possible. I wonder if my queen could get into some kind of trouble here, to be honest. So he wants to play some e5 stuff, I think. I wonder if this is a good idea. My queen could get into trouble, like e5 takes, knight d3. I'm attacking e5 a couple of times, but he might have some ideas here. In that particular, George, in that particular move order, like d4, d5, sorry, d4, knight f6, c4, c5, knight f3, takes, knight takes. There's also e6, knight c3, d5, which is also okay for black. Yeah, but as I said, I wanted to do something, I wanted to recommend something that is yeah, more universally applicable. It's not essential for this this particular repertoire on the banco. You can play many things there, but it's good if you want to use this stuff also for other purposes, like fighting against c4. Okay, this one maybe. I'm kind of unsure here. I try for bishop f4, and if he goes f5, I'll take it. Then queen h4. If I get bishop f4 in, then black's hope for having any compensation will die down. I mean, his pieces are rotten anyway, knight on a6 and so on. The only question is, can he do something about my queen, which is very much possible because the queen has no squares. I mean, I just think there is no way to exploit it, but I might have a wrong judgment there. Okay, bishop f4 now I think is kind of obvious. I hope it works at least. Yeah, I can just go, I can take, right? And now, yeah, move the queen to e3. There's not knight d5 actually, as this hangs with check. I can attack, he can take a2 maybe. Okay, it doesn't really hurt all that much, I think. Yeah, the book by Helston on endgame strategy is pretty good, yes. It's a very, very decent book. Rook to e7. Looks good. Yeah, so check. I can take here. I can take this. But how is, what's the best way of finishing this off?
Check.
It looks like there should be some kind of mate, but currently I don't see it. Yeah, maybe knight e5. Currently only has one single check, I believe. Queen a1, king c2 is end of game. Okay, so he tries to use bishop f5 here. I can go to d2 though, so if I check and do this, queen a1, king d2 is actually playable. And I'm threatening queen b8 mate and mate on b7 and all kinds of stuff. So maybe he can interpose on d7. Yeah, this one. That's true actually. If I take this now,
time warning.
I can still check me and play bishop f5. Slightly annoying.
Check.
This is covered now. B2 I've got covered.
Black forfeits on time.
Okay, so I won this Caro-Kann game. This is, by the way, a pretty decent line against the Caro, so... Okay.
Game
very much
started.
Underestimated line. Okay, playing Alex with black. So this is actually a game that was kind of announced to me yesterday, because this is actually a teammate of mine, and he asked me, how actually can I play you in one of your live sessions? And, okay, you have to challenge and hope for the game to materialize. So we got this now. He can take with the queen here, which is kind of interesting. Probably should have. I've made the same mistake recently. But okay, we get a non-conventional position here at least, which is not bad. Let's see if he takes it. Nope. That looks more like Sicilian, which is a good thing against people who play like knight f3, c3 stuff. Play something a little bit more non-symmetrical. But white's position feels quite solid. Can almost pre-move knight c6. No, here I don't pre-move. Here I will probably play knight e4 again. Just to be a pain, right? Oh, queen a4. But I had queen c6. That was close. That was close. I've almost blundered the knight. So, what to do here? What's the correct setup? I would like to... He's roughly 2,200 over the board. 2,150, 2,170, something like that. That's a bit provocative. But what I'm saying is I have the bishop pair. Oh, that's a cool move actually. I'm saying I have the bishop pair. What do you have? G5, trying to play this. Okay. He goes G4 here, going for full scale active play. Interesting. And probably not too bad. How was my game against Godard yesterday? Yeah, I played a game over the board chess yesterday. It was a draw against a player from Belgium, I guess, François Godard. It was an interesting game. I wanted to play the Banco, but it didn't work. He declined this very quickly with knight f3, e3, some conservative setup. However, we didn't get a boring position or anything. It was very interesting. We got to some modern Benoni structure where was a tempo up, but it was very complicated, and I have not yet analyzed the game. I think at some point I was having, it looked like a small plus, but I couldn't really do much with it, so maybe my impression was wrong, or I cannot tell really. I felt like I should have had a good position, but it wasn't really. Yeah, not much was happening. Okay, so here, this cannot be all that bad for me. But how to do this? Yeah, let's tickle that b2 pawn a little bit. It's a little bit awkward here. If he covers this, yeah, like queen d2, I've got queen g5, attacking the bishop and queen g1. So he just needs like 1 or 2 moves to consolidate his situation. But not sure if he's getting that. George asks, how hard do you think it is for someone over 30 to 35 to improve in chess? That depends on many factors. It's definitely still possible. It's, however, not as easy as in younger years. The whole the how do you call it? The cognitive abilities, they just go down over time, this is an issue. But on the other hand, you can also, I think, in some way benefit from being older. Yeah? You've got more experience, and this helps sometimes to actually be more efficient in learning. It also depends what your playing level is. I think if you have a pretty high playing level to begin with, and you have done serious study and never improved before, it's maybe that you've gotten to some kind of peak. It's possible, definitely possible. So how do you approach this position here? Maybe the bishop to f5. I'm not quite sure about it. It at least looks kind of active. I don't know. It looks quite nice, yes, but is it really doing all that much? Okay, here I can take f2, right? Or is there something bad happening to me? I don't see it at the moment.
Check.
Can I activate the king? King forward. Okay, probably not. This is one thing, Mate Griner is correct. Often if you're older, you want to improve your chess, but you simply have too many other things on your plate. This is definitely something that applies to most people. If you have a family or if you have your job, whatever, things that are arguably more important than chess, it will cost time, and this makes it often more difficult if you are a bit older to improve. It's not so much about like you're old, you're stupid, or anything like that. It's just that it's a matter of focus in some way.
Time warning.
Yeah, that's not so great. I have to give him
Check.
the a7 pawn. But I'm still fairly active, and he's got little time on the clock. That's a good move. That's a good move. Covering this is kind of lame. Maybe I have to. He will go queen to a7, huh? Yeah. I didn't play that all too well. A5 I didn't really pay much attention to.
Draw offered.
That's a clever draw. Clever draw offer. Yeah, I have to take it now.
Draw.
Very clever draw offer now. Yeah, as ball probably winning position here. But okay, it was a good game by Alex. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to go for a new challenge here. So let's see. I think it's definitely possible to improve if you're older. I think, but it's a matter of really, can you do it? Is it a feasible kind of idea? Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure, for example, that I could still improve,
Game
but
started.
I don't see it happening. I have so many other things chess related that I do that I don't see me studying chess all that much. I have a specific idea here. Let's see if I can get that in. Okay, I'll return to the d4 idea. Play an open Sicilian. Okay, you can go e5. Something like that is definitely possible. I don't have any water around. That's badly organized. So we've transposed to the Sicilian variation of the Sicilian. Very sharp line. I think I had something like that on the board last week and I had a losing position. When did I start to play chess and who was my first opponent? Is that the game from last week? It looks a lot like the game from last week. Was that against the same opponent? I'm kind of curious. Hard to say actually. I learned the rules when I was pretty young, maybe when I was 7 or something like that. But I never really played. I was taught the rules, but I didn't really play games. Like I played with my father, maybe one game, and my grandpa or something. But I got more interested in when I was roughly 13, 14 years old. And at the time I played a lot against my grandpa, which was very funny. Sorry, I told before, but he played chess and he loved to play chess, but there was one particular issue. He had a wrong piece set up, he had knights and bishops set up in the wrong order, so the bishops were on g1 and b1 and the knights on c1 and f1, and this is how we played for a very long time. And then there was this strange moment when I actually bought a chess book and saw that this was not quite right. The pieces have to be set up differently, and I told him, this is wrong what we did all the time, so we should probably switch it. And okay, then we set the pieces up differently and played like normal chess. And at some point it was I was getting in wins and so on. I was getting a little bit stronger just by playing, but then I started to buy more books and then enter a chess club. And I joined the chess club when I was like 14, and I picked up things pretty quickly. Basically I played chess 960 before real chess. So I'm a pawn down here. I want to play some f5 stuff. He's not moving. Maybe he's not quite sure what he should do here. Certainly this is the issue. But I think black is perfectly fine. He can probably play bishop d6 or something like that. I wonder, is there some ping issue or something? No. Okay, this one. Certainly making sense. I mean, I have to do something drastic quite quickly, otherwise I'm just getting killed probably. Yeah, there is stuff here with g6 and so on. Maybe g6 and bishop takes g6. This is maybe crazy. Okay, maybe it's interesting. H takes, bishop takes, this kind of stuff. That could be quite interesting. Takes, knight takes is good for me, and I'm threatening knight e6. If he takes d4, bishop takes, I think at least for Blitz game, I have compensation. Yeah, so takes, knight takes wins for white. So he can maybe castle. I mean, maybe he can just castle, yeah. But okay, then I've at least got the G file open. Yeah, I thought this should be kind of okay, right? If he takes here, I take e6. That looks dangerous at least. And I'm threatening queen takes e6 anyway, so he cannot take f4. I think he should take the bishop probably. And yeah, and say like, show me. If I take on g7, by the way, where is he moving his rook? This is not so easy to answer. He will probably castle long.
Check.
I think I just do that. Get all the pieces into the game and see what he's doing. It's not so easy for black here to coordinate. It's not quite clear what I'm threatening, to be honest. Maybe not all that much. Okay, if he moves the rook, yeah, okay, he has to go back. What now? Bishop e5, he has to move the queen. Maybe the knight to d4, yeah? Something like that. Okay, well, here I can take d5, I think. Just grab another pawn. It's not that I want the pawn that badly. It's just that it also activates stuff. Yeah, here bishop e5 is a move. Knight d5, rook d8 wins stuff. He's overloaded.
Black resigns.
Yeah, these kind of positions, they're always very tough to defend. Yeah? Even though it's probably completely incorrect, but you just are under an attack, and in Blitz, tough to say. I'm not even sure that this is losing for black. Takes, rook d8, king s7. Maybe it is. Okay, new game. So I'm pretty okay. What did I do here in this session? Did I actually lose? No, I played 2 draws and had 3 wins. So good stuff. Have a new request out. A couple of good... by the way, how did the Tal Memorial fare? So Swidler Kramnik was a draw at the end. Yeah, Swidler had a very good position at one point against Kramnik. Okay, going for the game here against the Blitz King. The Blitz King, f5. I don't like it so much. Playing the Karpov system. not sure that h3. Okay, that's the idea. Okay, that's the idea. I see. Going for a quick d4. Okay. So he's going for very active play here. Interesting. I try to put some pressure on the center. Okay. Yeah, d5. Yeah, he can go c5, you know, and my bishop looks pretty damn awkward. But you sometimes get it into the game quite quickly, so I'm trying to play for that. c6, bishop b8, so. Okay, so if I play bishop b8, he will play b6, yeah? Huh. Okay, and if I just take twice, is that so convincing? Come on, show me what you got. Is it all that great? Maybe it is. I thought I can put the bishop on c6 and I'm not that badly off. Okay. Even f5 is some option, but okay, I want to a knight e5 maybe. Can still not play the bishop here. It's a little bit annoying. I wonder if g5 is a move. It's a bit crazy, but okay, maybe. For knight g6. Yeah, this is an interesting position, really. Can I somehow put my bishop into the game? that freaking bishop on a7. I don't quite see it. He just wants to double. Wow, that's indeed an idea. Totally did not see that he can double. Okay, so he threatens to take there. I can do this though. And then I can also play knight takes c5 here potentially. And f6 is also a problem. Oh my god. This is probably a lost position. I didn't think about this move. Yeah, knight f6 is unfortunately quite deadly. Maybe, but he can take e5 now here. He can just take e5 and I'm basically toast. Knight f6 I cannot cover. Knight f6, king h8, knight e8, there's knight f3, which at least looks tricky, but probably this is also not doing all that much. Wow, that has screwed up. I think that shouldn't have been bad for black. Would be quite surprised if it would have been at the beginning, yeah, at least. Knight f6, shoot. Probably some e6 or something like that is good for a queen check. Yeah. There's many things winning here, I guess. Even this lazy move probably wins. Bloody hell. Okay, that was stupid.
Black resigns.
I'm absolutely sure that black is good here. Just want to briefly check this. Okay, I'm in trouble here because of the doubling. Yeah, I just didn't see rook a2 coming. I cannot believe that he can just play b5 here and give me that pawn. It's hard to see, I think. b6, however, seems to be okay. Yeah, maybe. I don't want to analyze all that much, rather go for a new game. So that's Grandmaster Dmitry Yakovenko. Cool wizard. I have spoiled a couple of very good positions against him. He's a 2700 GM. Yeah, 0 out of 4, which is pretty stupid, because I had enough for at least 2 points. Let's see. I'm going for the English here and see how I fare. Maybe he can play this move. Yes, I was just thinking that this could be an idea. Yeah, stupid stuff. Against such a good player, you cannot afford opening missteps like that. Usually not. What a bloody mess. Yeah, so very nicely played. He doesn't even take, so okay. Just waits with the check. Oh, he doesn't check, he just takes there. Maybe knight to b6 is coming. Okay, but I cannot care about this at the moment. I have to get my king out of all this. So is that all that bad? It's equal material wise. And maybe my rook is stranded. Okay, this is an idea, of course. Just going for the light squares, very technical solution. Yes. Very much possible. Rook d3 looks like the Most passive move ever. Okay, so this is not a playable move, I guess. How to play? If he takes, I could go to the 7th, which is okay. Takes this knight e2 c1. So he always has this knight going to e2 stuff. Yeah, as I said, rook d3 looks terrible, but maybe I should do it for the moment. Or he goes f5 or something. No, he goes back. Yeah, okay, I'm losing that pawn, but I'm losing that pawn. Maybe just rook d8. It's tough to activate. He wants to go c4, I guess, or knight d5 again. But okay, bishop b2, is that feasible?
Check.
Yeah, I played quite a number of games against Nakamura over the years. Usually just getting killed like everybody does. Never played Nakamura on this stream. I think the strongest player I played on the stream was Caruana. That was a couple of months ago. And it was a pretty good fight. I mean, it was... I lost this game, but it was kind of interesting. It's not that he... just killed me instantly. Tiens. Phew, that's lost. Yeah, so good game.
White resigns.
Certainly by Yakovenko. That opening was too bad. Actually, e3 I think is a mistake here. I just want to briefly check it. Maybe I should start with e3 here. I'm not entirely sure. Of course, white can do many things here, d3, e4, whatever. But what I did is probably wrong. This knight e5 is a little bit awkward. I think that I had this in a game recently. Okay, I'm playing one more game, and that's closing the stream. Yeah, we've got a very high-rated player on currently. Derfell, he's got 2.825 in 5 minutes, which is basically out of this world. And he's currently playing Bullet, so. I have played Magnus Carlsen on the ICC when he was 10 or 11, but that game is lost. Maybe maybe here ICC administrators
started.
can dig it out. Grandmaster Champ Buster. Yeah, I've got the Blitz King, the Champ Buster. Yeah, why not? Why is nobody calling themselves lousy, miserable moron or something? Yeah, they're all the Champ Busters. Okay, I mean, I'm also Chess Explained and not Chess Misunderstood, so it's probably the same thing. Champ Buster. This kind of thing. Yeah.
Check.
I don't know. Maybe this is not so great, yeah. Magnus' username was just Magnus at the time. Yeah, I just play like nothing happened here. Simply ignoring that I'm a pawn down. Hard to say. I have to say though, with my username Chess Explained, that this was actually never intended, that I should have that name in the ICC or even for the videos. The name was born when I had to choose a name for my YouTube channel, and I just came up with Chess Explained because this is what a friend asked me to do. Explain how you play chess. And I said, okay, then it's Chess Explained. And at the time, I wasn't even called Chess Explained on the ICC. I had a different username. And yeah, then it got kind of clear that there's interest in those games. People watch it.
Check.
And so I just thought, okay, the name should be Chess Explained so that people kind of recognize when I'm playing that I'm recording and so on. So it's not that it wasn't a planned action, let's say, to have this name. It was happening through the channel name, because it actually sounds a little bit like, okay, I'm going to explain you how this game is working, blah blah blah. It sounds a little bit condescending or something like that, and it wasn't really intended. So he goes all the way to a5 to attack this miserable pawn. I kind of understand, but still. I still think that this bishop is pretty decent.
Check.
Okay, so easiest is probably f4 and bishop e3. He's got rook d1 though. I can also just take it. I mean, okay, but after a5, it's not quite clear where I'm going. Yeah, Gambit has a book series called Chess Explained, which is a little bit unlucky actually. They had the series before I took this name for the channel, and it wasn't really, I didn't have that on the radar at all. If I would have, I probably would have chosen something different. It's a little bit weird to have books with this name or something like that. So what's going on here? I think I'll just take and march the pawns. Currently the knight is not all that brilliant. Or does he get in like c4 and b5? I don't quite... Oh, that's a good move. I forgot about that move totally. Huh. That's a bit stupid. Okay. I wonder if this is just a draw or if he can do something. Probably he cannot do much. Only thing, yeah, this is the only thing I can think of. Like c5 and knight a1, c2. This is the only way to ever move the knight. So if I go bishop d4, I go there, he's going king d3, okay. But if I go c5 in this position, knight c2, is that maybe a little bit much? Okay, this is a pretty crazy idea, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just losing now. On the other hand, maybe I'm winning. Couldn't quite figure it out. Knight a3, b5, this could be the problem here. That probably was too risky. I wanted to try to win this game. And maybe that was just not called for. Yeah, the problem is I can easily stop the pawn, but he will get to d6 and then he enters my position. And if he wins one of the pawns, he's probably winning this. So, this one, knight d6. Maybe I'm still okay. Maybe I'm still okay. Yeah, it was just simply not a good decision, because he's probably risking not much, probably time-wise maybe. But maybe I'm covering all this stuff.
White resigns.
He resigns. Why? Why? If he's bringing his knight back, isn't that a fortress? I mean, I thought, isn't that some kind of fortress? Yeah, I don't know, maybe it isn't. Time-wise, it would have been very tricky, yeah. So somehow I got a win out of this game, which was pretty unexpected. Okay, so a win for the final game of the session. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, yeah. Don't ask me. I wouldn't have resigned, but maybe it is actually a problem. I mean, it looks like a fortress, because of the bishop. It might still be lost, yeah. Yeah, probably due to the time. Tilo is right. Thanks again for watching this. I'll be back next week, next Monday, same time. There will also be a new simultaneous display show in October, probably at the end of the month rather than at the beginning. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. I'll be back next week. Bye-bye.